Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So I recently read an online source that basically has highlighted that Meghan and Harry are hypocritical in everything that they do. Now, this source has reported that Meghan and Harry have spent an obscene amount of money over the last few weeks, particularly on the New York City tour. And what has really come to light, as you guys have already seen, is that Meghan and Harry essentially have been living an A-lister self-indulgent lifestyle while preaching that we scale back on our personal investments, that we scale back on our own spending habits, and we worry about our eco footprint while they live a life that has a complete disregard for everything above. So I'm going to get into this as it's quite significant and prominent, and it really does summarize why we feel the way we feel about them. It starts with, they made a defiant return to the spotlight last month when they embarked on a tour of New York, visiting memorials, addressing huge crowds, and meeting senior politicians and world leaders. But while Harry and Meghan Markle no doubt hoped their trip would hit the headlines, their visit, which included an appearance at the Global Citizen event to raise awareness of poverty and climate change, left the couple facing a heavy backlash for the extortionate cost of their visit, which was estimated to be a total of £250,000. And I know for a fact that you could buy a whole house over here in the UK, quite a decent one. It wouldn't be extremely large, or at least an apartment for that amount of money. But I digress. During their 3-day trip, Harry and Meghan stayed in the luxurious 5-star Carlisle Hotel. Meghan also had 2 outfit changes per day, with the cost of her designer garments believed to be a total eye-watering £67,000. The couple, who last year signed a £75 million deal with Netflix and an £18 million deal with Spotify, also came under fire for flying into New York on a private jet and travelling around in chauffeur-driven SUVs that were not eco-friendly. Just months after Prince Harry said in his The Harry You Can't See Apple TV series that climate change is one of the most pressing issues we are facing, the Duchess's decision to wear a 4,200 Loro Piana cashmere coat during a visit to a primary school in the deprived area of Harlem, where she read her book The Bench to school children, also angered fans, with one writing, wearing that when visiting a school in a humble neighbourhood proves how completely out of touch they are. They also came under fire for criticising ultra-wealthy pharmaceutical companies for not sharing the vaccines with poorer countries. While Meghan wore an outfit worth nearly £30,000, one person wrote, "Don't preach about helping the poor when you live in a mansion with millions in the bank." Meghan, who previously hit headlines for wearing a $55,000 Ralph and Russo dress to announce her engagement to Prince Harry in 2017, and for spending $232,000 on her baby shower while pregnant with her eldest child, was also seen carrying an iconic Lady Dior bag, which was inspired by the late Princess of Wales. The bag also had DSSOS engraved on it, believed to stand for the Duchess of Sussex. A royal expert, Duncan Larkham, who wrote Prince Harry, The Inside Story, says Harry and Meghan's contradictory spending and messaging may be their ultimate downfall. It's ridiculous for them to spend that amount on a 3-day trip preaching about poverty. Meghan visiting a school and wearing an outfit probably worth more than the children's parents' annual salaries was just so inappropriate and disrespectful. Their spending seems totally at odds with the message they are trying to get across. It's impossible to expect people to listen to you preach about equality when you are spending on that level. This trip shows that Harry and Meghan have huge goals for themselves. They made the decision not to be royals, yet they are still using their status for their own benefit. They seem to be trying to create their own modern royal family, but they need to urgently make up their minds as to whether these new identities are focused on philanthropy or celebrity. And there's a separate video that I wanted to make regarding Meghan Markle purchasing extremely expensive diamonds from Lorraine Schwartz for her Times 100 magazine cover, I believe it was. And it really does highlight that Meghan Markle simply wants to be an A-lister. Now, I've done a bit of research, and if you actually look at the type of people that Lorraine Schwartz is associated with and who she sends custom diamonds to, it's generally that of a very front-facing celebrity type, A-lister type personality. So she works a lot with Beyonce, she works a lot with the Kardashians and many other leading ladies like Kate Blanchett, Jennifer Aniston. I believe Jennifer Lopez has also been pictured with Lorraine Schwartz diamonds, and many other prominent female figures. Now, that's fine that Meghan Markle wants to purchase her diamonds, but it does really highlight that she's trying to desperately get into that Hollywood circle of A-lister, yet she has no real raw talent that she can really use in order to trade to get to that level, in order to get to that kind of close circle, which shows that they just basically want to be celebrities and they want to be paid for nothing, and they want to do it under the guise of charity work, under the guise of helping the humble and the poor, under the guise of trying to make themselves look like all-round do-gooders who care about the whole world, when really they actually just don't care about the poor people, the poor children. They only care about their bank account and what they can get out of people's dire situations in order to carry on living this showbiz A-lister lifestyle. So I'm going to continue on, but they need to urgently make up their minds as to whether these new identities are focused on philanthropy or celebrity. They would be well advised to, above all else, practice what they preach. It's a textbook that someone who preaches that they want to save the planet should not do things like fly in private jets. They are losing all credibility with their hypocrisy. How can what they say be believed? But I can't see them giving up their life of luxury, as it's what they're accustomed to now. And Duncan says that the royal family, while also living lives of luxury, are careful to use their wealth tastefully and are conscious never to be inappropriate with it. He says, yes, members of the royal family live in palaces and wear designer outfits, but except that because there is a payoff, they live a life of royal duty in return. They also know there's a time and a place for the glitz and the glam, like the James Bond premiere last week where Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, wore an expensive designer dress, but she'd never wear an outfit worth tens of thousands of pounds to visit a homeless shelter. The royals aren't that ignorant and self-obsessed. They know they have to present themselves with modesty and humility and relatability in order for the public to accept the payoff. Harry and Meghan haven't realised that yet. Eagle-eyed fans also spotted a wire hanging out of Harry's trousers while he was walking on his tour of New York, and later as he sat down at the school, which sparked rumours that the pair had microphones and were filming for an upcoming Netflix documentary as part of their multi-million-pound deal. And Duncan suggests the tour was done for self-promotion. He says Kate and William's motivation is representing the Queen and serving their country, and their work is directed by the firm. You would not see Kate promoting her photography book while working. Harry and Meghan aren't working on behalf of the royals. So it seems that all this self-promotion, it all just doesn't make any sense, and I doubt it will to the palace either. No one has any idea what their real agenda is. It's yet to be seen as to whether they're doing their work as a result of selflessness and philanthropy, or as a result of money and big egos. And it summarises here the amount of money that they actually spent on security and all of the other details. Their flights via private jet to and from New York back to LA are estimated to have cost at least £150,000, and their chauffeur-driven SUV journey will have cost around £10,000. They spent 3 nights at the Carlisle Hotel at lavish top suites, costing £4,500 per night. They also may have spent a whopping £13,000 on their total stay. Their security team charged $3,400 a day, leaving a total of £10,000 for the security. They took a personal photographer around with them called Matt Stiles, who is a day rate of £2,200 and will have spent $6,800 just to have him walking around following them. And then Meghan's wardrobe cost a total of £67,000, including a £3,100 Max Mara coat and a £1,200 pair of Loro Piana trousers and her £5,000 Cartier bracelet, but she has had that bracelet for quite some time now. So there you have it, guys. Meghan and Harry are wasting money on a jet set lifestyle. They are tone deaf. They are doing this in front of poor people. Meghan went to an impoverished school dressed like that, and it just highlights that they are really all about themselves. I'll be back with another video. Bye, guys.